Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about Andrew Yang, and we're going to talk about Andrew Yang, and we're going to talk about living in a post-secret world. All right, so why are we talking about this? First and foremost, we're talking about this with the hopes that Andrew Yang will unsuspend. He's incredibly important. We all want him to unsuspend because otherwise we are doomed to have a good 4 years under under Joe Biden's VP. And the reality, and why is that a bad thing? Well, we want a great America, and that's what we can have. We've been doomed to 4 good years with Donald Trump, and it was terrible because we could have had 8 great years with almost anyone else. Uh, but the reality is, we really need to fix this problem. Um, we cannot have Joe Biden just remaining here. So why are we talking about this today? Well, we're talking about it today because of Chadwick Boseman. So there was a really, really fascinating event that happened recently with Chadwick Boseman. So what happened with Chadwick Boseman? Well, it was about 2, 3 weeks ago, and Chadwick Boseman just did a simple video, and he was speaking on a topic that was important to him, and it doesn't matter what the topic was. And the reason why was as soon as the video was done and uploaded, no one was talking about anything except Chadwick Boseman losing 30 to 40 pounds. Everybody was like, what the heck? What happened? Right? And people were alarmed. They were kind of frightened. People who cared about Chadwick Boseman were frightened. Oh, by the way, if you don't know who Chadwick Boseman is, he's Black Panther. He is the actor who played Black Panther in the billion-dollar Black Panther Marvel movie. All right. Now, as soon as this happened, Chadwick Boseman had not explained to anybody why he had lost 30 to 40 pounds, and he really hadn't been in the public eye for people to notice. And so it alarmed people, right? And immediately people said, what the heck is happening here? Did he lose this weight because he has a role that's coming up that he would be required to lose this weight for? Is it there was another reason that people thought of? They were like, maybe he's just slender, and when he's not actively shooting a movie, he reverts to a very slender form. Or, is Chadwick Boseman's health not optimum? Does he have some type of very significant problem, right? Like with his health? People were asking that question. And last, the question arises from a few people, I think in their heads at minimum, is this a Hollywood problem? The problem that literally dozens or well over 100 Hollywood actors, prominent actors, have struggled with since the very, very early days of Tinseltown, and a problem that is almost synonymous with Hollywood at this point, a Hollywood problem. So they were like, what's going on here? Well, here's the thing. Rather than tell people immediately, hey, no worries, I'm studying for a role, or hey, no worries, I'm just naturally thin, they deleted the Twitter, they deleted the public video, causing speculation to skyrocket even more. Now here's the issue, right? Where does this land us, right? So the problem that Chadwick Boseman had was that we are in a post-secret world, and when you put a video up and you are famous, easily 1 million people are going to watch it, right? Well, if you have 1 million people, 1% of those people are going to be geniuses. That's just the way it works now. And 1% of 1 million is 10,000 geniuses that have seen your content, right? That's a problem. You got 10,000 geniuses, they're going to figure out whatever the real reason is real quick, and they are going to put up evidence for whatever they believe is the case. What does that have to do with politics? Well, here's the kicker. Joe Biden, that sucker has got to stay real healthy all the time. And if there is any deprecation of his physical or mental health, he's got to be public virtually every day. So we've had this issue in the past where one of our presidents or one of our celebrities was not healthy. Back in the 60s, 70s, back in the 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, you get away with this, right? But you cannot get away with this in 2020. So Joe Biden is under a microscope, and I've already talked about him subjunctively bleeding from his eye That happened. You can look it up. But the reality is he is 79, and we are coming up to people saying, hey, do I want our first 80-year-old president? Am I signing up for our first 86-year-old president? So the thing is, we have seen in real time this Chadwick Boseman issue show, hey, if you got a problem, if you can't, you have a very serious real problem if you are not, if you put something that looks mysterious and weird in front of people, they are going to speculate. They're going to speculate hard, and answers are going to be on the internet within seconds, right? So what's all that mean? Well, that means Andrew Yang. He has got to suspend now, right? So that he looks like a modern prophet, right? So that he looks like he knew what was going to happen before it happened, right? He doesn't want to be a Pete Buttigieg schmuck, or a Tulsi schmuck, or a Marianne Williamson schmuck coming in late and saying, "Oh, Biden's had an issue, right? His physical or his mental health is deprecated, and now I'm jumping back in, right? Why not get in now when the people need you and when it matters? It's important. Yang should unsuspend immediately because of the Chadwick Boseman situation. And here's the thing: I'm a huge fan of Chadwick Boseman. I loved the Black Panther movie, and I think that the reason that this whole thing happens is that he's naturally thin. I'm not sure why he's not just telling people that. It seems very odd, right? But I don't think he has any of the other three problems that we talked about, right? But the reality is, you cannot let a mystery sit in front of people. You can't do it today. That's a fact, right? So I just want to share. I just wanted to take a minute to share this with you and explain to you, we are in a post-secret world, and because of that, Yang needs to unsuspend immediately. That is my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.